Hello everyone, welcome to Our World, Our Lives. Today I'm just going to go over some newsworthy articles and, just give my little input on it and everything. Uh, so if you are interested, just hit the like button, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Breaking world news. Iran says it will not surrender even if it is bombed. This thing that's going on with Iran right now, it could possibly result in a war with them as well. Last I heard from Israeli News Live on YouTube, Stephen the Noone had said that Iran had missiles pointed right at Israel. And that's the Bible talks about that, and we don't know if right now if it's an actual threat, which Iran's always a threat to Israel. We all know this. Uh, is it manufactured biblical prophecy that's really not ready to be taking place yet at this time? Only God knows. But we are to be watchers. Next up, Trump's special envoy for Syria outlines path to victory in awful Syrian war. That war there is just terrible. Terrible. A lot of people misplaced from their homes. Christians persecuted. It's just awful. U.S. State Department Special Representative for Syria James Jeffrey testified Wednesday before the House Foreign Affairs Committee on the Trump administration's Syria strategy moving forward following possible chlorine gas attacks by the Assad regime against rebel targets on Sunday. And this was on Friday, May the 24th, when all this was posted, of 2019 here. The Pentagon plan could send 10,000 troops to the Middle East. In a plan that is set to be presented to the White House on Thursday, up to 10,000 more U.S. service members could be deployed to the Middle East as tensions between the U.S. and Iran are high. 10,000 more, folks. 10,000 more. I know we've got interest there, especially with Israel. We always have to stand with Israel. Always, because that's God's land. That's His land and His people. But, it just seems like more and more every day we're getting in a new war with somebody. Look what's going on in Venezuela. We got problems with North Korea, China, Russia, and many more people. It's just like, in a way, it seems like the U.S. is kind of strong arm everybody, to get an agenda done for the new world order. The beast system. It's here already, just people ain't woke up to it yet. Iran building new crossing on Syrian border that would let it smuggle weapons and oil, experts say. Well, they've been smuggling that stuff for years. It ain't nothing new. And we're not going to get involved in this India's Mahdi in the election. UK's May hangs on after Brexit gambit backfires. Well, that was on May the 24th, but I heard recently that she is planning to resign as of June the 7th. Look it up. And I can't even pronounce that KHAM word, so do your best. Iran's youth will witness the demise of Israel American civilization. It's Iran making their threats against Israel and the United States again. They're hating on the Americans and the Israelis. That's evil empire there, evil regime. It's been there forever. And I just don't understand why the United States gives Iran such a break. With all that nuclear reactors and stuff they got over there. It's just pathetic. Why mess around with somebody like that? I'm not advocating war or nothing, but just do what you got to do. Impose embargoes, keep them locked down. I hate to see anybody suffer, but that regime is evil, and it's been evil from the day it sprung up out of the ground. And right now, just recently, I saw that Russia a few days ago, maybe a week ago, had 6 bombers uh, with them, and they had nuclear capabilities with them on it, and skirting off the west coast of Alaska in the United States. I think NORAD had went in and run them back out. Russia's done this to us for years. I think the earliest I've seen so far in my research, it could go back further than that Russia has skirted the coast of California back in 2014. I know they've been off the east coast here on the coast that I'm on uh, with submarines. They've been down toward, uh, where is that at? Where Castro is. Down in there, doing stuff down in there. Some people suspect that they are starting up a base down there somewhere. Uh, it's just a worrisome world that we're in, but really we don't have to worry if we got Christ, because He's our shelter, He's our protector. And, when we leave this world, we're going to go right to Him. But if we're here and we're living through all these things that the Bible's talking about that's coming here, in which I believe they're close, all the wars and the persecution of Christians is already here, folks. It's here. And it's got to where I seen in an article today, a owner of a rest home wanted to ban Bibles in that rest home. And in a UK article, a nurse was fired. I think it was UK. I can't remember. I've seen so much. Was fired for sharing her faith. And another nurse was fired for giving Bibles to cancer patients. If you're dying, I wish to good Lord in heaven, and I pray that should I be dying and I was unsaved, that someone would present the gospel to me, because it's all impossible without Jesus. This world we have is just awful. Killing babies from the get-go, killing babies as soon as they get delivered, all the murder in the streets, and murder goes a long way. It's just not a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. You can think bad thoughts of people and wish bad things on them. That's murder, my friend. That's why you are supposed to take your thoughts captive. And people starving, people homeless, it's just all senseless. It's senseless, God gave us this world in the beginning when Adam and Eve were here. Adam and Eve lived freely. They didn't have to pay money for anything. That didn't come along till after old Satan snickered Eve into giving Adam a bite of that apple. No, not everything's Eve's fault. It's that old snake's fault too. Eve didn't know. Actually, she did know to stay away from the tree because God told her not to mess with it. But she did because she was talked into it. You know, if we keep our minds open to people talking unrighteously and keep our bodies away from people doing ungodly things, I think we'll stand more of a chance, and read our Bible and do what we're supposed to do. Keep the rules of God. That's the only way we're gonna make it. Sure, it might come down to it that we're here and we're in the persecution and that we become martyrs for Christ. That's okay. If you're a true believer, true follower of Jesus, and have Him in your heart and baptized in the Holy Spirit, you're gonna make it there. Even martyrdom does not scare you. You'll find peace in that moment. And so, even in the moments we have today, living daily life, things get stressful. There's a lot of scary stuff happening, even in our own communities. But we have peace and we have a refuge. Anyhow, folks, this is Connie with Our World, Our Lives, bringing you worthy Christian news. Peace, everybody, and come back. I'll have more later.